everyone, my name is Farihojan Akbar. I am a student at Pamulang University. My major is Communication Studies. Now I am in the second semester. My class is Year 2 Econ 009. And today I will introduce Umpam Campus. Pamulang University has several campuses, including Unpam Pusat, Unpam Witanharja, Unpam Victor, and Unpam Serang. But in this video, I will focus on explaining the Unpam Victor campus. Universitas Pamulang, or Unpam, is one of the well-known private universities in Indonesia. Many students choose this university because the tuition fee is affordable. Besides that, the university has many study programs for students. Students can choose major based on their interests and future careers. Unpam also has several campuses with good facility for learning. There are classrooms, libraries, parking area, and other useful facilities. The university continues to grow every year and has many students. Because of that, Unpam become a popular choice for many people who want to continue their education. This is Unpam Victor campus. This campus is one of the branches of Universitas Pamulang. It is located in South Tangerang, Banten. Every day, many students come here for classes. The building looks modern, clean, and organized. The campus area is also comfortable and easy to access. Students can study here in a good environment. Many academic activities happen here every day. This is the mosque at Unpam Victor campus. The mosque is a place of worship for students, lecturers, and staff. The building is clean, comfortable, and peaceful. Students can pray easily without leaving the campus. Many students use this place every day. The mosque is one of the important facilities here. It also gives a calm atmosphere on the campus. This is the garden area of the campus. The garden makes the campus look more beautiful and fresh. There are trees and green plants that make the air feel fresh. Students can sit, relax, or talk with friends in this place. Some students also wait for class here. The garden is also a good place to rest after class. This area makes the campus atmosphere more comfortable. This is the library at Unpam Victor campus. The library is a quiet and comfortable place for students. There are many books, reference, and learning material here. Students can read books, study, and do assignments in this place. The library helps students get more knowledge. It is one of the important facilities on the campus. This is one of the classrooms at Unpam Victor campus. Inside the room, there are chairs and tables for study. The classroom also has 2 air conditioners, so the room feels cool and comfortable. At the front, there is a whiteboard for lecture to explain the lessons. The classroom is clean and suitable for learning. This classroom supports teaching and learning activities well. Students can study with better focus and comfort. And this is the lift at Unpam Victor campus. The lift helps students, lecturers, and staff go to different floors easily. It is very useful, especially for people who carry bags or books. The lift is clean and comfortable to use. It also helps save time when going to class. The lift is an important facility in this campus building. And this the parking area of Unpam Victor campus. Students, lecturers, and staff park their vehicles here. The parking area is quite large and can hold many vehicles. The vehicles area arranged neatly so it is easy to enter and leave. This area is clean and organized. The parking area is an important facility for daily campus activities. It helps everyone come to campus more easily. And this is the BPR Sejahtera payment counter at Unpam Victor campus. Students can make tuition payment and other transaction here. This counter helps students pay easily without going far from campus. The service is useful, organized, and convenient. Many students use this facility for academic payment. It is an important support service on campus. And this is the exit gate of Unpam Victor campus. Students, lecturers, and staff use this gate when leaving the campus. The exit gate helps make traffic more organized and smooth. This area is important for daily campus activities. It also helps students go home safely after class. The exit gate is one of the useful parts of the campus. Unpam Victor is a campus with complete facilities and a comfortable environment. There are classrooms, parking area, garden, a mosque, and a canteen to support student needs. The campus is clean, organized, and good for learning. This campus is a good place to study and grow. I'm happy to be a student at Universitas Pamulang. And thank you for watching my video about Unpam Victor campus. See you again and next time.
Hello everyone, my name is Syahdan Satria, and today I will be discussing football with my friend. In this video, I'm joined by
Hello, my name is Fahmi Bojanambar.
and
Hello, my name is Nopaldo.
now football is one of the most popular sport in the world. It is one only a game, but also something that brings people together from different countries and cultures. Today we are going to talk about many things related to football, start from famous football clubs, legendary players, football leagues, national team, and of course the biggest football tournament in the world, the FIFA World Cup. We will also share our opinion, discuss some interesting topics, and explore why football can create so many emotions and unforgettable moments for millions of fans. So, without taking too much time, let's start our football discussion. Okay, today we're going to discuss football, one of the most popular sport in the world. We will talk about football leagues, famous player, legendary match, the debate between Messi and Ronaldo, national team, and of course the FIFA World Cup.
That sounds interesting. Football is a topic that people can discuss for hours.
I agree, every football fan has different opinions, and that's what makes football discussion exciting.
Exactly. So let's begin with a simple question. Why do you think football is most popular sport in the world?
I think football is popular because anyone can play it. You don't need expensive equipment. In many places, children play football in the street, class, and school field.
I agree with that. Another reason is that football is very easy to understand. The basic objective is simple: score more goals than the opponent.
That's true. Football is also very emotional. Fans celebrate victory together and feel disappointed when they're involved.
Some people even plan their schedule around football match.
And during major tournaments, entire countries become united behind their national teams.
Yes, football creates memories. Must fans remember exactly where they were when their favorite team won an important match. Okay, now let's talk about our personal experience. When did you start watching football?
I started watching football when I was young. My family watched match every weekend, so I became interested later.
For me, it was during an international tournament. The atmosphere was incredible. Everyone was talking about football.
Yes, I think many people become football fans because of big tournaments like the World Cup.
Yes, the World Cup often inspires new generation of football fans.
Okay, now I have a question. What football club do you support?
I support Barcelona.
Oh, why you choose Barcelona?
Because of their history, and they have had many legendary players and memorable moments.
Interesting.
I support Real Madrid. They have won many important trophies and always seem to compete at the highest level.
Real Madrid is definitely one of the biggest clubs in football history.
Okay, many people admire their winning mentality. And next, let's talk about Premier League versus La Liga. Which league is better, Premier League or La Liga?
For me, it's the Premier League.
I disagree with that. I prefer La Liga.
Okay, Fahri, explain your opinion.
Because the Premier League is more competitive, even smaller teams can defeat bigger unpredictable.
That's fair. However, La Liga has produced some of the most technically gifted players in football history.
The Premier League is faster and more physical.
And La Liga focus more on creativity and ball control.
So would it be fair to say that both leagues have different strategies? That's right.
Absolutely.
Yes, it depends on what style of football you enjoy watching.
Okay, now let's discuss one of the biggest football debates ever. Messi or Ronaldo?
I choose Messi.
For me, I prefer Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay, perfect. Let's hear both sides.
Messi ability is unbelievable. He can move through defender effortlessly. His vision and passing are also exceptional.
Those are great qualities. But Ronaldo works ethic is unmatched. He transformed himself into one of the greatest athletes in football.
Messi makes difficult things look
Ronaldo proved that dedication and discipline can lead the greatest.
Okay, what is the better goal score?
Ronaldo.
I agree.
And next, what is better playmaker?
Of course Messi.
I agree with that.
Interesting. So perhaps they are different types of players.
Exactly.
Football fans should appreciate both instead of constantly comparing them.
Next, best player of the generation. Football is changed. What do you think will dominate the next generation?
I think Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah, he's incredibly fast and dangerous.
What about Erling Haaland?
Erling Haaland, one of the best striker in the world.
His finishing ability is outstanding.
Okay, any other names?
Maybe Beckham.
In my mind, I will choose Petty.
And Yamal Musiala.
There are many talented young players today.
Okay, what is the most memorable football match you have ever watched?
I love dramatic campaign football. And
Same here, match were not good enough that the outcome until the final result.
Football is unique because a game can completely change within minutes.
that's why fans never stop watching until match.
Let's move on the international football. Why is playing for a national team special?
Because players represent their countries.
Maybe because the connection, the emotional connection is very stronger between the
yes.
players.
Winning for your country must feel different from winning for a club.
Many players say winning with their national teams is the bigger win.
Okay, now let's discuss the biggest football tournament in the world, the FIFA World Cup.
The World Cup is football really simple.
Because every player dreams of participating in it.
Why is the World Cup so important?
Because it only happens every 4 years.
There are very few opportunities to win.
And every match carries enormous pressure. And what is your favorite World Cup memories?
I enjoy moment when underdog teams smash their opponent.
This moment remind us that anything can happen in football.
The World Cup always creates unforgettable stories. Which countries usually have the best chance of winning the World Cup?
I think Brazil,
And you?
Maybe Argentina,
and France,
Germany should be one. Maybe.
What about England?
this team always competitive.
But they face intense pressure from their fans and media.
Okay. Next, we will talk about dream national team World Cup final. Imagine you could choose any World Cup final. Which team would you select?
Brazil versus Argentina, maybe.
Yeah, that's football biggest rivalry.
The atmosphere will be unbelievable.
Millions of fans worldwide.
Probably million.
And let's talk about Indonesia. Do you think Indonesia can qualify for the World Cup one day?
I believe it possible.
It will require patience and development.
What should Indonesia improve?
Youth development,
Possibility maybe
football infrastructure,
and long-term planning.
If Indonesia qualifies for the World Cup someday, it would be a historical tournament.
the entire country will celebrate.
It would inspire future generation.
Let's get on all-time dream team. Goalkeeper, Karim.
For me, for
Defender, Do.
I will choose Maldini.
Defender,
Sergio Ramos,
I will choose midfielder Zidane.
and Iniesta,
Maybe Xavi.
and
next forward.
forward, I choose Messi.
Because he choose Messi, I will choose Ronaldo.
This team won't be incredible. We'll talk about player, but what about manager? How important are they?
Extremely important. A great manager can completely transform a team.
I agree. Managers are responsible for tactics, motivation, and team chemistry.
What is the greatest football manager of all time?
For me, it's Alex Ferguson.
This is strong. This is strong choice. I will choose Pep Guardiola because of his influence on modern football.
Interesting. So what you say manager are just important as player?
Sometimes even more important.
Because they make the decision that affect the entire team.
Let's discuss a controversial topic. VAR.
For me, VAR have really makes better decision.
That's true. But sometimes it slows down the game too much.
Do you think football was better before VAR?
Not necessarily. Mistakes were more common.
But some fans miss the spontaneity of celebrating goals immediately.
So VAR improves fairness but can reduce excitement.
Exactly.
That's probably the biggest debate surrounding VAR.
Okay, next we will talk about football rival. What do you think is the greatest rival in football?
Of course, for me, Barcelona versus Real Madrid.
That's definitely one of the biggest.
Why are rivalries so important?
Because they made emotional and history.
Fans look forward to this match all season.
Rivalry makes football more entertaining. Hard position in football. Which position do you think is the hard to play?
Maybe Dortmund.
I would say central midfielder.
Fahri, why goalkeeper?
Because one mistake can cost your team match.
And midfielder?
Because midfielder have to attack, have to defend, making through pass, and control the tempo.
Good point from the both sides. How has social media changed football?
Player can communicate directly with fans.
It also help with their global fan base.
Are there any disadvantages?
Players receive criticism instantly.
Sometimes too much criticism.
Social media can be both helpful and challenging. And football is not always serious. What the funniest thing you see in the match? Goalkeeper mistakes.
Accidental on goals.
Sometimes football can be unpredictable and unexpected.
That's one reason why people love the sport.
Even professional players can make funny mistakes.
Next, which country has the best football culture?
Of course, Brazil.
For me, I would choose England.
Why those countries?
Football is part of everyday life in Brazil.
And England?
In England, football traditions are deeply rooted in society.
Football means different things in different countries.
Because passion exists everywhere.
And how do you think football will change in the future?
Technology will become more important.
Data analysis will continue to improve.
Will football become faster?
Players are becoming more athletic every year.
The future of football looks exciting. And let's return to football Indonesia. What gives you hope for Indonesia football?
Young players.
The passion of Indonesian sport.
Indonesia fans are known for their loyalty.
They support the team in the good and difficult times.
Yeah, that's what makes football special.
Hopefully, Indonesian football continues to develop. Before we finish talk about football, let's answer one final question. Why do people love football so much?
Because football creates emotion.
And football creates memory too.
Anything else?
It teaches teamwork and perseverance.
It brings people together regardless of their background.
Yes, that's a great answer. And final question. If you could attend one football event, what would it be?
The World Cup final.
Of course, the World Cup final.
Why?
Because it is the biggest match in the football.
Yeah, every football fan dream of experiencing that atmosphere.
Today we discuss many aspects of football, from club and player to manager, referee, technology, and the FIFA World Cup.
Football is much more than just a sport. It needs teamwork, discipline, and determination.
It also brings people together and it's unforgettable memories for fans around the world.
Whether it's a local match, a league game, or World Cup final, football continues to inspire millions of people.
We hope you enjoy our discussion and learn something new about the video game.
Thank you for spending your time with us today.
Have a wonderful day.
Take care.
See you next time.
And thank you and goodbye. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Shadow Satria.
My name is Barboyan Akbar.
My name is Novaldo.
Oke, teman-teman sekalian. Jadi di sini kita bakal buat video tentang interpret. Jadi kali ini kita ada 3 orang ya. Yang pertama ada Fahri. Fahri di sini dia sebagai foreign visitor atau full English. Dan saya sebagai interpreter yang bakal nyebarin dari English ke Indo maupun sebaliknya dari Indo ke English. Dan ada juga di samping saya Aldo, dia sebagai Indonesian speaker full Indonesia.
Thank you for joining us today in this discussion. We will talk about Indonesian culture and how Indonesia maintains its tradition in the middle of modern world. Indonesia is very interesting for me because it has thousands of islands, hundreds of ethnic groups, different leagues, and many unique traditions. As someone who comes from outside Indonesia, I want to understand more about Indonesian culture, the way people live, and the value that make Indonesia unique.
Jadi, halo semuanya, terima kasih sudah bergabung bersama kami hari ini. Dalam diskusi ini kita akan membahas budaya Indonesia dan bagaimana Indonesia menjaga tradisinya di tengah perkembangan zaman. Indonesia merupakan negara yang sangat menarik karena memiliki ribuan pulau, ribuan suku, dan berbagai bahasa dan banyak tradisi unik. Sebagai seorang yang datang dari luar Indonesia, saya ingin memahami lebih jauh tentang budaya Indonesia, cara masyarakat hidup, dan nilai-nilai yang membuat Indonesia menjadi negara yang unik.
Terima kasih. Indonesia memang memiliki keberagaman yang sangat besar. Kalau kita melihat Indonesia dari satu daerah ke daerah lain, kita bisa menemukan banyak perbedaan yang menarik. Mulai dari bahasa, makanan, pakaian, tradisional, kesenian, hingga kebiasaan masyarakatnya. Namun, yang membuat Indonesia menarik adalah meskipun melihat banyak perbedaan, masyarakat tetap memiliki rasa persatuan.
Thank you. Indonesia indeed has great diversity. If we look from one region to another, we can find many interesting differences, starting from language, foods, traditional clothes, art, and people habits. However, what makes Indonesia interesting is that although there are many differences, people still have a strong sense of unity.
I'm curious, why does Indonesia have so many different cultures? Is it because Indonesia is a large country?
Saya penasaran, mengapa Indonesia memiliki banyak budaya yang berbeda? Apakah karena Indonesia merupakan negara yang besar?
Salah satu alasannya adalah karena Indonesia terdiri dari banyak pulau. Setiap daerah berkembang dengan lingkungan dan sejarah yang berbeda. Masyarakat di daerah pesisir memiliki kebiasaan yang berbeda dengan masyarakat yang tinggal di daerah pegunungan. Perbedaan tersebut mempengaruhi pekerjaan, makanan, bahasa, dan tradisi mereka.
One of the reasons is because Indonesia consists of many regions. Each region developed with different environment and histories. People who live in coastal areas have different ranges from people who live in mountainous area. This difference includes their jobs, food, language, and tradition.
That is really interesting. So culture is connected with people, environment.
Jadi itu sangat menarik. Jadi budaya berhubungan dengan lingkungan tempat masyarakat tinggal.
Benar, budaya terbentuk dari kehidupan masyarakat sehari-hari, cara masyarakat bekerja, interaksi, dan melakukan kegiatan tertentu menjadi bagian dari identitas budaya mereka.
Okay, that's right. Culture is formed from people's daily the way people work, interact, and sometimes activities becomes part of their culture identity.
So modern activity. Indonesia has many religions and traditions. How can people with different backgrounds live together in this world?
Jadi Indonesia memiliki banyak agama dan tradisi. Bagaimana masyarakat itu dengan latar belakang yang berbeda, dia bisa hidup dan hidup bersama dengan damai.
Menurut saya pastinya adalah toleransi. Indonesia punya prinsip Bhinneka Tunggal Ika yang artinya berbeda-beda tapi tetap satu. Perbedaan tidak dianggap sebagai masalah, tetapi sebagai kekayaan yang harus dihargai.
In my opinion, UK is tolerance. Indonesia has a principle called Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, which means unity in diversity. Difference are not seen as problem, but as something valuable that should be respected.
Can you give an example of tolerance in daily life?
Bisa berikan nggak kayak contoh toleransi itu dalam kehidupan sehari-hari?
Contohnya tuh kayak masyarakat saling bantu tanpa melihat perbedaan dalam kegiatan sosial. Orang-orang bekerja sama untuk kepentingan bersama.
Okay, for example, people help each other without looking at difference in social activities. People cooperate for the benefit of everyone.
I heard that Indonesia has many local industry play an important role in Indonesian culture.
Jadi saya mendengar bahwa Indonesia itu memiliki banyak bahasa daerah. Jadi apakah bahasa mereka itu memiliki peran penting nggak dalam budaya Indonesia ini?
Itu aja. Karena bahasa bukan hanya alat berkomunikasi, tetapi juga bagian dari identitas masyarakat. Setiap bahasa daerah itu memiliki sejarah dan nilai yang diwariskan dari generasi ke generasi.
Of course, language is not only a communication tool, but also part of the people identity. Its local language has history and values that are passed down from generation to generation.
With technology and social media, do young people still care about local language?
Jadi dengan teknologi dan media sosial ini, apakah anak muda itu masih peduli nggak dengan bahasa daerah mereka masing-masing?
Kalau menurut saya mereka masih peduli, tetapi memang ada tantangan karena banyak anak muda yang lebih sering menggunakan bahasa yang populer di internet. Karena itu penting untuk kita tetap mengenal dan melestarikan bahasa daerah.
I think they still care. However, there are challenges because many young people use popular language or in the internet, and that is why it's important to know and preserve first local language.
Okay. Besides tradition, Indonesia is also famous because of its food. Why is Indonesian food so diverse?
Jadi selain tradisi ini, Indonesia juga terkenal karena makanannya kan. Jadi mengapa makanan Indonesia itu sangat beragam di Indonesia?
Kalau menurut saya pribadi karena setiap daerah tuh punya bahan dan cara masak yang berbeda. Nah, Indonesia juga kan memiliki banyak rempah-rempah yang membuat makanan memiliki rasa yang khas. Nah, makanan ini juga menjadi bagian dari kebersamaan masyarakat.
Because every region has different ingredients and cooking methods, Indonesia also has many spices that make food have unique flavors. Food is also part of togetherness in society.
What food would you recommend for foreigners?
Jadi ada nggak dok makanan yang bisa direkomendasi ini untuk orang asing kayak Mari?
Nah, tentu ada. Saya rekomendasi kayak makanan seperti rendang, goreng, sate, dan makanan khas daerah lainnya. Namun setiap daerah memiliki makanan unik yang menarik untuk dicoba.
I would recommend for such rendang, fried rice, satay, and other traditional dishes. However, every region has unique food that is interesting to try.
Okay. I am also interested in traditional clothing and art. Why are they important?
Jadi katanya dok, dia tertarik nih dengan pakaian dan seni tradisional. Mengapa hal tersebut itu penting?
Pakaian dan seni tradisional bukan hanya tentang penampilan, tetapi punya makna sejarah. Setiap daerah tuh punya pakaian khas yang menunjukkan identitas masyarakatnya. Selain itu, tarian dan musik tradisional menjadi cara untuk menyampaikan cerita dan nilai budaya.
Traditional clothing and art not only about appearance, but also have meaning and history. Each region has traditional clothing that shows the identity of its people. Besides that, traditional dance and music are ways to deliver stories and cultural value.
Do young people still care about traditional art?
Jadi, apakah anak muda ini masih peduli nggak dengan seni-seni tradisional?
Ya, justru banyak anak muda sekarang yang mulai tertarik kembali dengan budaya tradisional. Mereka tuh memperkenalkan budaya melalui media sosial dan kreativitas modern.
Yes, many young people are becoming interested in traditional culture again. They introduce cultural talk, social media, and modern creativity.
So, Indonesia also has many beautiful tourist destinations. What place represent Indonesian culture?
Jadi gitu, Indonesia kan juga memiliki banyak tempat pariwisata yang indah ya. Jadi tempat apa yang menggambarkan budaya Indonesia?
Contohnya itu ada tempat yang menggambarkan budaya Indonesia itu kayak Bali yang terkenal dengan seni dan tradisi, Yogyakarta dengan budaya tradisionalnya, serta banyak daerah lain yang memiliki keunikan masing-masing.
There are many places that represent Indonesia culture. For example, Bali is famous for its art and traditional, and Yogyakarta is known for its traditional culture, and many other regions have their own music.
Do you think modernization can threaten Indonesian culture?
Apakah modernisasi ini dapat mengancam budaya Indonesia?
Modernisasi bisa aja jadi tantangan, tapi juga bisa jadi peluang. Teknologi dapat membantu kenalin budaya Indonesia ke dunia. Yang penting adalah masyarakat tetap mengikuti perkembangan zaman tanpa melupakan identitas budaya sendiri.
Modernization can be a challenge, but also an opportunity. Technology can have introduced Indonesia culture to the world. The important thing is that people follow the development of the era without forgetting their cultural identity.
After this discussion, I understand that Indonesian culture is not only about tradition, but also about values, history, and the way people live. What message would you like to give to foreigners who want to learn about Indonesia?
Jadi setelah diskusi ini dok, kayaknya dia udah mulai paham nih bagaimana budaya Indonesia bukan hanya tentang tradisi, akan tetapi juga tentang nilai, sejarah, dan cara hidup masyarakat. Jadi ada nggak pesan yang ingin disampaikan kepada orang-orang asing yang di luar sana yang ingin belajar tentang Indonesia?
Pesan saya jangan melihat Indonesia cuma dari luar aja. Coba pahami cerita di balik budaya tersebut, karena setiap tradisi memiliki makna. Dengan memahami budaya, kita bisa lebih menghargai perbedaan.
My message is that people should not only see Indonesia from outside, but try to understand short stories behind the culture because every tradition has its own meaning. By understanding culture, we can appreciate different moments.
Thank you for this magic conversation. I hope more people around the world can learn about and appreciate Indonesian culture.
Jadi terima kasih atas percakapan yang luar biasa ini. Jadi kita berharap semakin banyak orang di seluruh dunia dapat mempelajari dan menghargai budaya Indonesia. Oke, teman-teman sekalian, mungkin segitu saja video interview kita pada hari ini. See you next time. Thank you for watching and goodbye.